Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to see how you can send money without how you can send on PayPal without linking their bank account. In other words, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can pay people online but using PayPal, but your PayPal has no link to the bank. In other words, the money is not coming from a bank. We're going to try to do this in two ways because that's what actually I usually do. I believe there may be other ways, but these are the easiest ones I find to use in this scenario. Okay. Now, I'm going to just demonstrate how you can do this easily. I'm already logged into my PayPal. Now, what you do is when you logged in your PayPal, you may first option is get someone to give you some money to send you some money into your PayPal from his PayPal. For example, I want to pay something for $26 somewhere. I can ask someone, James, to send me $26 because James has a PayPal account and I give James maybe cash or whatever. So he sends from his PayPal to my PayPal $26. The money arrives in my PayPal account like this. Okay, then I resend it and I pay whatever I want to pay with this money. Let me try to repeat this. Okay, for example, I have two accounts. Okay, one of the account has a bank. This one doesn't have a bank. By the way, I can prove that when you go in notifications, they are telling me to link my debit card or credit card and actually have the numbers. Most people tell me, how did I manage to do this? I'll discuss it to you later. But in this account, I don't have any bank account. I don't have any phone number, but I use this account to pay for stuff online. Okay. And how I did this is I created one account and I linked there a card and I send myself money to this PayPal account. So I don't use the other one which has a bank. In this scenario, I use myself to pay myself. Okay. Now to you, if you don't want to have another account and link their bank, you can ask a friend to send you money. You give him cash or you give him maybe whatever crypto or whatever that you prefer. It sends money to your account so that you have some money into your PayPal account. Then you use this money to pay what you want. Okay. In my scenario, I paid myself. I credited two accounts. I linked a bank on the other account. I pushed the money from the other PayPal account to this. I got this money. Okay. If you don't want to pay yourself, you can ask someone. You give him money, then he sends money to your PayPal account, and it will come to your PayPal account. Okay. Some people think when someone pays you on your PayPal, that money goes directly to the bank. No, that money first settles onto your PayPal balance section. So after this money coming here, in my scenario, I paid myself. In your scenario, if you don't want to pay yourself, paying yourself, it means you have to do two accounts. One has a bank and one doesn't have a bank. Okay. Now, if you don't want anything like that, you can just have someone to pay you some money. Actually, if you ask nicely, I can always actually try to pay you some money in your PayPal. Then me, you can pay me on crypto or whatever option or World Remit or Western Union, though I may charge you a fee to send to your PayPal account. Okay? But that's how it works. So if you don't have any stranger to send you money, we can talk. Okay. Now, someone sends you money, it arrives here 26.685, 26.85. Actually, I sent myself, I think it was around like 28. Paper took off some fee. I remain with 26.85. So if I want to pay someone this money, I have to click on pay. Okay, and get paid. Some people have send and receive. It doesn't matter. You just have to go to where you see like send or pay. Okay, so let me click on pay and get paid. Your account may be saying send and receive. It may be different depending on your country, but it's the same thing. Okay. So you go there, then you say, there's payments, there's a lot of stuff. You just have to look for send payments. So I'll click on send payments. So send payments, I'll come here, then it'll tell me who are you paying. So I can say I'm going to pay this. Already have some people have been paying. So I can type in here the email of the person that you're going to pay. Okay. then you click on next. All right. So when you come here, you put the amount, like you're going to pay him $26. Now, it's important to know when you're typing figures here, like PayPal has 2 decimal points. So when you're sending someone 26, you have to do like 26, then you have to add some zeros, like 2 zeros. So that is 26. Others make a mistake. This will be like 2.6. Okay, now that's minor. So I'm paying someone 26.000. So this is 26. Okay, now before you send, you have to make sure that this money is available on your PayPal balance, and you have to acknowledge that sometimes PayPal charges some money. For example, if I want to send 26.85, when I try to send next, they may tell me to add a card because this money, they have to deduct some charges. In some cases, when you're sending like 26.86, you have to be with maybe 28 or something. So you have to know like PayPal has some charges. So if you are sending someone maybe like 26 and you have 26, I may be able to send him like 24. I usually leave some money there to cover for the costs. So this is the reason why some people say when I'm trying to send, they're telling me to add a card, because when you are sending 26 and PayPal is going to deduct like maybe 1.1, this money won't be enough to cover for those costs. So make sure when you're sending some money, you send a bit less. If you're sending money and people can't deduct the charges, they're going to tell you to add a card. Okay, so this is where people think like PayPal is forcing you to add a card, but what it means is your money on your PayPal balance is not enough to cover even the costs. Now, for some reason, I may not know exactly how much they're going to charge, but 26, I believe it can't exceed like $2. Okay, so I'm safe to send maybe 24. Okay, whatever. Maybe 24, I'm safe to, because I can't believe it can be more than. But what if maybe you're sending like maybe $1,000? This is a lot of money. Almost people may charge almost like $40. So if you're sending more money, it means more charges. So always try to calculate how the costs are going to be. Actually, these guys, they usually tell you how much actually it's going to cost. So when you see like it's going to be not enough, you try to reduce. So for example, if I try to send $26 and it fails to go, and they're telling me to add a card. Actually, it won't fail to go, but they'll tell you to add a card. So what I do, I can just reduce it to 25. Okay. If you're paying something online and the product is $26, you may not be able to pay it if you have just $26. So it means you have to be having more than what you're paying. It's better to have more than what you're paying. So don't pay exactly what you're having. Otherwise, PayPal will tell you to add a card because it's telling you the money is not enough. Can you add another funding source? So that's what it means. But it's not saying that you are being forced to add a card. It's what it's saying, like the money that you have is not enough. So I'll put here, let me just say, because this is a demonstration, I just put like $26. Okay. Then I'll say next. Okay. Okay, and I have a problem because I haven't uploaded my ID. But when you do next, they'll tell you like you're going to send this and this. The charges are going to be this, then they will be sent. Okay. Now make sure in your account they're not asking you ID. You have to upload the ID, by the way. Though I use this account for like I think like 4 months without being asked for the ID. So for some of the people who may ask like, can't you do this without putting an ID? You can do this without an ID, though in the future they'll ask you an ID anytime. Okay, so it's important to kind of plan that in the future, that when they ask the ID, I'm going to do this. But you can create a PayPal without an ID, and you use it for some time. My account has been there for like a lot of time, you get. So I use it for a few things, to do some transactions. So I have somewhere where they ask me the ID and I have to provide it. It's not because it's a new account. No, it's an old account, but I've been using it actually without a lot of stuff. Okay. I'll be discussing that in the later videos. So don't forget to subscribe so that I can show you how you can create PayPal accounts without actually some IDs sometimes. Though these things can work for some time, it works for some people who want to use such account for not permanently. For example, I use this account, I've been using this account to buy some softwares from India, and I don't want my account to be captured by anyone, and I don't want to relate myself to some of the software that I buy online. So I usually use this account to do that stuff. I'm not buying anything which is illegal, but sometimes some sites I don't trust them. So I usually set up my separate PayPal to do that stuff. Okay, sometimes I'm buying some softwares and I have never heard about this website and I don't want to keep maximum privacy. So I use another PayPal to do that stuff. This is when I use these accounts, okay? So this is what you do. You put in a amount, then you send. Now, make sure like you don't have any pending red flags in your account. If PayPal asks you for the ID when your account is fresh, it means that is you can't really do anything without providing that ID, okay? In my case, I've been doing away with that and it has been working, okay? You don't have to be with a red flag. Sometimes the red flag hides itself, like in my case, but you can find it in the notifications. Okay, message center, you find it in the notifications. So I have a red flag, but for the ID, but actually it's under the message center. You find it in the notifications. Okay, so that's how you can pay someone without linking the bank. We have seen one option: tell someone to send you $26, whatever, if you want to pay something. Make sure you tell him to send you more money than you need, because when you're sending this money, there will be some charges from PayPal. Okay. Two, you can do it yourself by setting up two accounts. The other account you link in a card, then you pay yourself from the other account to this account, then use this account, the second account, to pay whatever you want. Another option is you can link there a virtual card. Where I am, we use Eversend virtual card. It works this side of the country. These are more of virtual cards. You create a USD virtual card, then you link it in your account. Okay? You link it in your account. You buy a virtual card like this. When these guys give you this virtual card, this is not a bank. This is a virtual card and it connects with your mobile money. In African countries, they use a lot of mobile money in Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. So a virtual card like this can help you not to link directly your bank card, but just your virtual card. This virtual card is funded when you fund your mobile money. So in other words, you're using mobile money instead of a bank. Okay. So this card is generated. You link it in your PayPal. You have to first do, you just have to first click on see details. Then you link in your bank card there. So it means the money will be coming from your virtual card. It will be coming from your mobile money. So when you say link a card, then you put the card details. They'll send you this card details where you see 1 to 3, all those numbers. Then we ask you card type. It will auto select itself. Expiry date, you pick it from this. Okay. Then CVV, it will be the behind 3 digits. Actually, usually give them to you. CVV, they are 3 digits. You put them there, then you link the card. So it means you'll be able to actually pay someone on your PayPal using this virtual card, and this virtual card is using your mobile money. So in other words, you avoid using a bank in these procedures and use a virtual card or use a variable balance. So that's what I can say about using paying someone on PayPal without using PayPal yourself. Okay, I had someone say, can you transfer money from PayPal to the bank without linking your bank in your PayPal? For example, I have an option to transfer the money here. It's unfortunately you can't transfer this money I can't transfer this money to my bank directly, but what I can do what I explained at the start, that I can send this money to my other PayPal account, which has a bank, and the other one can kind of sync that money to the bank. Or I can actually send it to someone, then that someone can bank it into my bank. No, that one depends if you have people you can trust, or you can kind of have the partners that you're working with, okay? But you can't transfer this money directly to your bank. Okay, do I need to confirm Do I need to have an ID in this PayPal account? You don't have to. Now, this is yes and no. The quick answer is yes, because sometimes when you set up PayPal, it may even take several months without asking your ID. But also it's a no, because sometimes after creating a PayPal, they can directly ask you the ID. Or sometimes after receiving the first payment, they might ask you for the ID. So there are a lot of factors. To me, I've done like more than 10 transactions without being asked for the ID until the 10th transaction. That's when they ask the ID. And that has been duration of, I think, like 4 months. I think it has been coming actually to 6 months. Okay. So this one matters. So this one differs. Sometimes they ask you the ID immediately. Sometimes they may not ask you the ID for several months. I've ever seen someone using an account for 1 year without being asked for ID from PayPal. It's kind of weird, actually. So that is an algorithm from PayPal to determine that. But it's important, if this is the account which you're going to be using for permanently, you plan to have an ID. You create it in the names of ID that you have. Okay. So I think I've answered that. And someone actually asked me, like, what if you are sending this money to someone who doesn't have a PayPal account? Is it possible? That is possible if the other person has a platform which accepts PayPal. Okay. So this one can work for people who have websites, because, you can set up a platform which accepts PayPal without you having a PayPal. That also will do it, though that one actually be able to do it if you have a registered business organization, not as an individual. So if you're an individual, I think it may be a dead end. But if you're paying an organization or a business and it has a website with a payment gateway, you can pay. The other person can receive the money into his payment gateway, then he withdraws that money without having a bank. So this one, it may not be possible if the other person doesn't have a PayPal, if you're dealing with an individual. But if you're dealing with a company or organization, that may be possible, because payment gateways can accept PayPal without the owner of the business having a PayPal. Okay. Someone told me, actually, I'm reading this actually from some messages that I get on my WhatsApp. Someone told me, like, his account was asking for the visa. So that one, as I've told you, that you have to send the money that you already have. If you're having less money than what you're sending, they'll force you to add a card. So that's what I can say. If you have any questions regarding this process, leave me a comment below. And also, if you're interested in finding out more videos of how you can use PayPal online, how you can pay PayPal with mobile money and other stuff, paying with PayPal's crypto, going around PayPal restrictions legally. Yes, legally. Subscribe on my YouTube channel so that you don't miss videos like this. See you guys in the next video, and bye-bye.